Hello, welcome to the Break It Down podcast. It's Joel and I've got Andy with me today. Hi Andy.
Hi Joel, how are you?
All right, yeah, just getting used to all this new equipment.
And me. I'm not going to say anything now. So are you going to tell people about your fancy new podcast equipment then?
Yeah.
For people who are listening rather than
guess,
watching.
Obviously, over a month ago now, we passed our 1,000 listener mark.
Awesome.
And we wanted to get back to filming our podcasts as well as recording them in as good a quality as we could. So yeah, we've got a little Aphex Rode soundboard here and some cool mics, headphones.
Well, I'm sure my mum will feedback on the sound quality like she did on our videos if it's not up to scratch.
Well, we're taking the music out of the background, so she should be all right.
I did have to politely tell my mum she wasn't our customer avatar, which offended her a little bit. But
and obviously, our biggest joy now is when you say something funny. The worst bit about this is we've got Evie behind the camera, and you're looking at her for a reaction, and she can't hear that.
Oh, of course. This is this new technology. It's too confusing. You just have to use a little widget that we stuck in our mobile. That's what we used to do.
And when I say something funny,
right, this could be the world's shortest podcast.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy. And I've got some surprises as well.
Are you going to, let me ask, are you going to let anyone touch your new podcast mixing desk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I touch it?
No.
Oh.
I'm only going to let capable people touch it. So, not that you're not capable at marketing, but when it comes to sound mixing.
I'm not going to, when you want my marketing opinion now, I believe we are here to talk about marketing at some point. I'm not going to say anything now.
Yeah, well, we're going to be talking about targeted marketing today.
No.
Not soundboards. So
No.
He's not interested. I've lost him. But yeah, we just wanted to up our game on the podcast, really. You know, we're across a lot of channels and really cool with our new equipment because people can call into it remotely. We can obviously sit in the studio like we are now and it should sound much richer, much better quality.
No, it's really good because you got to invest, haven't you? I think it's quite ironic in our business. We're always telling people you've got to invest in your marketing. It would look really bad if we didn't invest in our own marketing. Yet we actually know quite a few marketing agencies who are there trying to spend their clients' money. Yet when you say, right, okay, well, what gear do you have? What ads are you running? What marketing are you doing? And they seem to be all relying on word of mouth. It's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary if you top up the lights, the podcast equipment, the camera, everything going on in the room right now. We are going for it, so to speak.
Well, I say that quality has to be there. And, you know, I remember we did a Facebook Live talk about podcasts some weeks ago, and Evie printed off a load of stats about the rise of podcasts, especially in the UK. And it's something mad, like over 70% of people listen to at least one podcast a week now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I listen to in the car now. None of my 80s playlists. I save that genius for the office, which they're all delighted about.
I'm podcast on the way into work, music on the way home.
Okay, favourite podcast series?
Oh,
besides ours?
Yeah, I was going to say, should I go business or do I go pleasure? Because I listen to a lot of the Gary Vee audio experience. My biggest gripe, which he'll admit to, is that he interrupts everybody he's speaking to.
I had to stop listening to one of his episodes because he had a guest with so much to share, but he couldn't get a word in.
Yeah, it's hard. I really like Off the Menu with James Acaster. I think that we've listened to that here. It's people's like
from the last leg. No.
Who's
that bloke?
Josh Widdicombe.
The ginger one.
Yeah, with the curly hair.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Try not to say something controversial.
No.
I can see it on your face.
No. I just thought, shall I say something? But no, I won't.
So Off the Menu is relatively famous people talking about that if they were to have their last meal on Earth, what would starter, main, and dessert be? And it ends up being quite funny.
Oh right. Okay.
And they're obviously quite influential people, so it's quite interesting what they say. And I also listen to Hip Hop Saved My Life with Ramesh Ranganathan.
I like him. Have you watched his latest series with Rob Beckett?
Oh yeah, Rob and Ramesh, Rob versus Ramesh or something. Yeah.
Oh, I never laughed when they sign up to a ballet. Oh god!
When they meet Anthony Joshua, have you seen that one?
Yeah, it's the first series. They play international cricket in the second series. They go to South Africa.
I think I've seen the one where they're cheerleaders for an American football team.
Yeah, it's the funny pair.
What about you? What's your favourite podcast?
I'm obsessed with Rich Roll of him. Only got into him because Chris Evans talks about him a lot on his radio show. Just his variety of guests, and I suppose Rich's own story. You know, 'cause he's basically had a lot of problems with booze and other stuff, I think, but sort of running saved his life, and now so he's really into the, healthy lifestyle, exercise, plant-based stuff. So he has guests that talk about longevity and stuff, all science-based. There's some really interesting stats about studies conducted around the world into people's health. And then he has people like Jesse Itzler, so he has like entrepreneurs interviewed as well. And he's just got a really nice, chilled, and to be honest, sometimes it's a bit too laid back.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's podcast's like that.
Actually, right, Joe Rogan and someone else has just gone Spotify exclusive.
Kim Kardashian.
Is she the one? Right, yeah, sorry, I was going to say.
Yeah,
I'm not going to speak.
Yeah, nice smile. That's what you were going to say. She's the one with
Big
a nice
smile.
Yeah, big smile.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, my daughters watch their series. Their names all begin with a K, don't they? Chloe, Kim, Courtney, and
it's the road to hell, isn't it? Watching that.
Yeah, well, they were trying to get. They felt sorry for some homeless person outside one of their shops, closed. I don't know, whatever shop it was, whatever they do, and it was basically they were taking this homeless person back to their Beverly Hills mansion to, basically like offer him food and a shower and all this stuff. And my daughter was like engrossed in it, and it was just this really, really strange, this other world. I worry that they think
that's normal.
Yeah, it's like these world of YouTubers and and billionaires that it's like.
Well, I mean, obviously your children won't know this, but the Kardashians became famous initially through Rob Kardashian because he represented
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson. And then the second time they became famous was because Kim Kardashian did a sex tape. So if that's your road to YouTube fame, it's probably not a road.
So where did Bruce Jenner come into it then? So
he's their stepdad, isn't he? He's their stepdad.
Right, okay. So he's obviously...
not Bruce Jenner anymore.
Not Bruce Jenner anymore, but he's obviously the gold medal Olympian, isn't he? Decathlete.
Yeah.
Right, so he's the stepdad.
Yeah.
So, didn't he have a link to OJ then?
The wife, isn't it?
I can't think now. So, God, I remember watching the OJ chase when I was at university.
Oh, really?
When he was escaping from the police at like 30 miles an hour. It's the world's most boring car chase. And then, of course, it all came out. And it was like, wow, he was so funny in The Naked Gun. And then, 30 years ago?
Yeah, and some.
Not funny anymore. I don't even know. Is he still alive?
OJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he do prison?
Yeah, and he's committed some other crimes since, hasn't he? He didn't do prison for that. God. He got off with that.
No, but he got, didn't he? They
armed
robbery.
A
civil lawsuit against him.
Yeah, and that paid out, didn't it? But let's not go down.
We're going all deep now. Goodness me.
Yeah, how's that happen? So targeted marketing.
Right. Okay. Targeted marketing. Yes, of course. So Rob Moore, I'm pretty sure he does a podcast. We do like watching a lot of his stuff. He says if you appeal to everyone, you'll appeal to no one. And we do find a lot of businesses, just because I know, say they're a car dealer, I want to target anyone who can drive. Well, is that a sound marketing strategy?
Yeah.
Because lots of businesses do it, don't they? Throw enough shit at the wall, some of it will stick, basically.
Said that in my video this morning.
Did you?
That exact phrase.
Oh, okay.
So
my mum will pick me up on that. Whenever I swear now, I get told off.
I swear twice this morning.
Oh, she won't like that.
Sorry, Andy's mum.
Oh dear.
Yeah, which is weird when it's scripted that you swear, but it needed emphasis.
Oh, okay.
He came up with a client last week, and they won't mind me talking about it, but basically, they're really, really proud of their product, and they feel like nearly everyone could buy it because it's so good. Right. And it's a great gift. So why would, and it's relatively affordable as well. And I said to them, just because everybody can buy it shouldn't mean that you try to sell it to everybody. Mm-hmm. And it was a fractious moment. They were shocked that I would suggest that.
And do they see the light? The reasoning behind what you were saying?
Yes, they do now, but I had to spell it out to them. So the analogy I used was everybody loves ice cream, but the ice cream man goes down the streets with the most kids on. So
that's a really good analogy. We need to be writing these down, to be honest.
I know, it's like I'm a professional marketer.
No, that's really because people understand analogies. Talk analogies till the cows come home.
And it's good.
You're supposed to press your button now.
That one. He's desperate for this one.
That's it. That's the one I wanted.
We'll get there.
Okay. Bear with us, guys.
Yeah.
We do have some interesting business stuff to share.
Yeah. So the point being, yeah, just because everybody loves ice cream doesn't mean you don't go down. You go down the road where you're going to sell the most ice cream. And that's the same with your marketing. If you're running a Facebook ads campaign, a Google ads campaign, whatever it might be, it will cost you less per conversion if you're targeting the most interested people.
Absolutely. And you will lessen the risk of alienating other people. You have to... I mean, obviously, some people push it to the extreme, don't they? And they almost like deliberately try and offend everyone who isn't their customer avatar, which, hey, it could work for some people. And some people are so thick-skinned, they don't mind taking the abuse. But if you're the kind of business owner that, does take things a bit personally or finds it hard to switch off.
Don't go down that route.
Don't be too Marmite. But sometimes a little bit of polarization is good, and certainly to focus on your customer. It's like a good novel. The plot, the central spine of a novel, the story will weave to the left and right of it, but it will always come back to it. Yeah. And if it veers too much off, people won't finish the book.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Go on.
Isn't that the wrong?
It's a punchline, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need another sound effect.
I mean, this one's not appropriate, is it? So.
Evie's just looking at us like we're mad now.
Yeah. So something my graphic design tutor at university said to me, which is actually really important when it comes to this podcast deck, is just because you've got all the buttons doesn't mean you should press them.
Like that.
And he was talking about Photoshop at the time, but it's very true. Just because you've got all the tricks and all the whistles doesn't mean you use them all.
And honestly, we've got, from a business point of view as well, we know that we've revealed too many of our secrets too quickly, shall we say? Yeah. And sometimes we've almost not given a client too much help, but we've gone so far above and beyond. It's almost like, right, where do we go now?
Yeah,
my wife had another analogy, but I won't repeat this on the family show.
I need a cheer.
Have a drink.
So what's the analogy from your wife?
About the first date.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's not go there. You've already told me off about something else.
I like the risque ones as long as they're not, racist or sexist.
Well, no, it's like, okay, dropping your trousers on the first date. Right, okay, yeah, seen everything now then. Nothing else to show you.
That was something Emma said to you on your first date.
No, that was the analogy that Emma said to me when I was talking about when we reveal too much too soon. This could go all wrong.
Let's hope Emma's not listening to this one.
And this is only take 57. God knows where we'll be.
Yeah, we don't do takes. This is a live edit. So, yeah. No, you don't want to kind of give away all your tricks early doors. But the other side of it is often if with a client, if you show them everything you've got and they're impressed, there's only so much someone can be impressed. They're like, well, you did that last month. Where do you go? Almost, it's so it can be a real issue with kind of. They would have been impressed if you'd have done one of those things. So by doing all 10, you've actually kind of blown it because you're blinding them with science after one or two things.
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, for example, we've got a new Facebook ad campaign running for a client, and it launched, I think, Thursday or Friday, and it's like Monday now. So very, very early days. And it's already running at 20p per click. Now, for his category, the industry average in the UK is about £2. So within a few days, we've got 20p per click, when the UK average is £2 per click. So where do we go now? It's like, will 1p a click, 2p a click?
Yeah.
It's almost like, but not that we're going to do a worse job to get the cost per click up or something, but sometimes if someone is, say, especially statistics orientated, you do something like that early doors and it's like, well, it's got to plateau at some point.
I mean, without giving all of our skills away, I guess where we would go with that is we would look at the outlying targeting, and if nobody over 45 is clicking the ad, right, we'd strip them out of the ad. If nobody interested in sport is looking at the ad, right, we'd strip them out of the ad. And that's how we refine. And it might be the cost per click stays the same, but the ad is actually ticking away in a more healthy position. It's getting more views or whatever, reaching more of the more relevant people, that kind of thing. But trying to explain that to a client and that level of targeting to a client, that's deep marketing science.
I've got to be honest, just why now we're doing more holistic marketing, literally taking over a business's entire marketing strategy and execution, because for example, running ads for this guy is great, but we're already starting to take over, upon his request, help at the conversion end.
Yeah.
Because even though we're driving people to, say, a web page, and we've looked at the web page and, yeah, it's pretty good, ideally, we want control of that web page because we know that, right, okay, well, if it costs you 20p per click and you get 5 clicks and 1 converts, well, we want 2 people to convert. We want to work towards 3 people converting. And for that, we need to look after the whole process, the advertising, the landing page, and then the funnel that goes after it as well.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's just so much more effective, to be honest, and simpler. Deal with one person rather than loads.
So, you know radio presenters?
Vaguely.
When they have to hit the ads, how do they do it?
Press a button, don't they?
But how do they build into the ad?
How do they what?
Build into that moment.
Oh, I know some people do it really bad. They just listen to a song and it cuts off into an ad break.
Hi, Joel and Andy here. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We're loving sharing our marketing tips with you.
If you'd like to kickstart your marketing, why not jump on a discovery call? Simply visit codebreak.co.uk and apply there. Hopefully speak to you soon.
Take care.
And we're back. That was smooth, right?
You could have warned me.
Well,
How does it do that then?
oh, I'm full of magic over here.
Literally, this is like Star Trek level
Programmed
stuff.
into these buttons, yeah.
Oh, cool. We need to get a sponsor now then.
Anyone out there wants to sponsor a really, really cool marketing podcast?
I mean, what did you say at the beginning? Like 1 million listeners?
I like beer and chocolate.
100,000 listeners?
Andy likes vegan stuff.
Yes, I'm mostly plant-based.
It's really creepy when I talk into the microphone like this.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Remember, we are being videoed as well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. This is the most natural I've ever been on video.
This is, I've got to be honest, this is a cool setup. So what do we do? Obviously, even though we are having meetings now, all socially distanced and wearing boiler suits and stuff, we can interview people remotely through this.
Yeah, they can hook in through a phone on Bluetooth. So say we hook my phone up via Bluetooth, call into their VoIP system or their work system, and however many people they want from their end on the podcast can join in. And I can control it, I can mute them, I can play sound effects to them.
Because we have had some cool guests.
We've had some very cool guests recently. Head of content at the Prince's Trust.
He's a Grand Theft Auto guy.
Mark.
Yeah.
So obviously he was in charge of one of the teams at Rockstar for GTA. He's worked on some other big games as well.
Even I can remember that one. I remember getting it for the PS1 or
The original.
just the PlayStation.
The original. Did you have Grand Theft Auto London?
No, it was in Miami or somewhere, I think.
Oh, Vice City. You had. That's a bit later on.
I remember, when did I get that? So when did Beckham get sent off in the World Cup?
98.
Yeah, I think that sound about right when the PlayStation was around? First one?
Yeah, I think I got my PS1 96, 97, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was living in this flat in Arsenal.
I was 10.
Great, thanks. Thanks, Joel. Oh, man.
So,
Right, I'm having the box of gadgets next time. we do a podcast.
you can ask me nicely.
Right, what we talk about, targeted marketing.
Yeah, so you were talking about being holistic with our marketing, but the reason we're so holistic is because when we're working with our clients, we need to make sure we're targeting the right people and being as effective as we possibly can. And that can be quite a hard thing to explain to someone who maybe has come from that kind of sales background or even like market seller type personality where, you know, it's apples and pears. You're trying to like sell as much as you possibly can to people.
Yeah.
And
It's a hard argument. If a car dealer says, I just want to target anyone who can drive a bloody car and is legally allowed to drive, it's quite a difficult argument.
Yeah, and our comeback would be, well, why don't you target people that are interested in that kind of car? Well, why would I do that? Well, because it'll cost you a lot less. Okay, and then people start to listen.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that approach. That's the science of marketing is where I thrive, I would say.
Well, it's almost like so I was reading in the Week magazine that print advertising expected to take like a 32% nosedive year on year. And if a car dealer does want to advertise to literally everyone under the sun in his or her locality, advertise in the local newspaper.
Yeah.
That's the job. Let them do what they do, and that's great. Brand awareness, put your name out there, fantastic. We don't want to do that.
And Auto Trader will do that for you as well. You can put it on the Auto Trader website, people that will filter by whatever car they want, and it's doing it for you. And that's a perfectly legitimate approach to your marketing. But you've also got to remember that Auto Trader's got algorithms in the background that is showing the right types of car to the people that are interested. So they're still doing that. They're just not telling you they're doing it.
Yeah, it's smart stuff. Smart stuff. I mean, if you think about, I don't know, if you were selling a Peugeot 108 and you had some deal for, I don't know, that's targeting maybe new drivers, something like that. If you are a new driver and you are getting served by this ad, whether you're on Facebook or obviously any of the websites that Facebook partners with, whether you checked out this Peugeot 108 on the car dealer's website, and then they have Google display ads retargeting you. It's just powerful stuff, and for any level of business, it's there for anyone with at least some budget. Definitely,
yeah. It's incredible what you can achieve with relatively small budgets now, and by relatively small, if you've got £10 a day, and particularly if you're selling cars, if you've got £10 a day, you could do some damage with that to sell it. So that's simple maths, £300 in a month, say, and you're selling a car worth 20 grand.
But would you say this is still not a contentious point, but it's still something we come across quite often when talking to prospects? Is the quote, I know you're sick of me saying, from Sabri Subi's book: if you can't afford to, or you're unwilling to spend money to acquire a new customer, you haven't got a sustainable business. And I've got word of mouth. Word of mouth. It's like if you are going to place your business, so your family's livelihood, your employees' livelihood, solely into customers' hands, and that's a risky game, man.
It's dangerous.
Madness, I'd say.
Yeah, and
I love my customers. Am I going to put the future of my business solely in their hands and hope they go and tell all their friends about me? And
I had that exact conversation with somebody on Friday.
Okay.
And I know everyone.
Is that the one who hung up on you?
No, but I know everyone. What do you mean you know everyone? I know everyone where I live. How's that going to sell your business? Well, they'll come to me, won't they? No. What are you going to do that's special? Well, I'll do a great job. I don't want to say what the industry is, because if they listen to this podcast, I'm in a lot of trouble. But it's like, well, no, that's not enough. It's what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. And that can be quite a hard mindset shift to go from that. I said it this morning in my video. There's a real incentive to think about how good your business is, because everybody thinks their business is good. So therefore, loads of people want to buy from me because it's really good. But you forget that they're not thinking about it like that. And actually, so I said that was vanity to think like that, and that sanity would be to think about talking about your business to the people that do care, showing your business to people that do care, advertising your business to people that do care. And it will probably cost you more in the short term, but it'll save you a lot of money in the long term, huge amount of money in the long term.
Yeah, I mean, word of mouth. It's like I suppose in the old days, I've got a shop on the high street. That's all I need to do. And then, of course, the world started changing. Now it's like, okay, people see your shop. What are you doing to encourage them in? What have you got in the windows that are saying, come and spend your money with me rather than so-and-so down the road? And it's not just telling somebody something once. We're always saying the worst number in marketing is one. You've got to, in a nice way, repeatedly get in front of them and show, like you say, what's in it for them. Because there is, people talk about customer loyalty, and to a certain extent that still exists if you do a good job, but it will never trump the loyalty that people have to each other. People will put themselves and their family and their businesses first. They could absolutely love you. They could love you. You've looked after them for years. But if the shit were to hit their fan in their business life, in their private life, their financial situation changed, whatever, suddenly, I'm going to shop around a bit actually, because I think I could get the same service or the same product elsewhere for a cheaper price. And yeah, that loyalty is out of the window. But you've relied on that loyalty to grow your business.
Nailed it.
Oh.
Hey everybody, it's Ferguson Jen here. We actually recently noticed that not all of you who are listening to this podcast are actually subscribed.
So why don't you click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out?
Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
That's blown Andy's mind.
That's well cool.
Didn't even know that we had that little sound clip.
No, that's brilliant.
Does
Fergus sounds pretty cool, doesn't he?
Yeah. Hey everybody.
Yeah. He's millennials in his checked shirt.
It's cooler than us.
Yeah, I know. Sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was in a band once, so.
Just you keep plugging that. I was in a band once. That's what you say.
I used to plug it until Emily turned around and said, "Oh yeah, Andy used to be really cool."
My favourite.
Like,
My favourite was when you plugged it to me on Thursday, just gone, and you said, "When the band started to get good, we got other people to carry our shit."
We'd made it. Mark Stonley, if you're listening, I hope you're well. I haven't seen you since school, but yeah, he used to take the.
Sorry for making you carry my shit.
He used to take the piss out of our band until we actually started getting some decent gigs, and then he wanted to be a part of his band, but he said, "We'll let you be our roadie," and he has set up for us.
And he did.
Yeah.
Mark, that's bad.
No.
On your part, that's awful.
Yeah, but he used to wear he used to wear a beret, so you know he couldn't have been in the band.
Was he cultured?
No, just a bit obsessed with the French, I think. Same thing? Don't know really. I'm going to be careful now.
Yeah, steady. Yeah, wow, right.
No, but actually Fergus in a band. Well, Fergus was in a band as well.
A relatively successful band, yeah.
Yeah, banjo.
Banjo. I'm going to bollock Evie now mid-podcast.
Oh, why?
The lights aren't getting rid of the shadows behind me, and it's annoying me.
I can't see any shadows.
That's all right then. You're safe, Evie. Don't worry.
I think you've done a sterling job. So, speaking of bands and banjos and stuff, we've got the Codebreak Spotify playlist. Is that correct?
I thought you were saying, have you ever been in a band, Joel?
Joel, I wouldn't bet my house on it, but I'd say you've never been in a band.
I can roughly play the guitar now.
Oh
Didn't know
yes,
that, did you?
you've been. Loads of people been learning an instrument over lockdown, haven't
Yeah, yeah. I know, like 4 chords.
they? I've been learning the 100.
The TV series.
Why does no one watch that?
Yeah, we have got a playlist.
There are 5 good songs on it.
So yeah, various members of staff got to choose 5 songs for the playlist. You'll be able to find Andy's because they're the ones that are over 30 years old. So
There's nothing wrong with Huey Lewis and the News.
that's a tune. That's a tune. I'm all about that. I didn't know where it was from, but it turns out it's from American Psycho. It's a bit weird, but
American Psycho used it. It wasn't made for that film.
no. Well, so here's a controversial point that shouldn't come out on the podcast.
Oh, go on.
Obviously, the Joker used a song by Gary Glitter.
Oh, really?
Rock and Roll Part 2, yeah.
Oh,
which is
dear.
a very good song.
Oh, so the Joker director, have you heard?
No?
He's directing the Hulk Hogan biopic starring
For
Chris
Netflix.
Hemsworth.
Is it the Joker director's doing
Yeah.
it?
Todd Phillips?
Yeah, the Hangover director.
Yeah, so Chris Hemsworth is going to be bulking up even more so to play Hulk
So
Hogan.
strangely, I was reading that article this morning with my breakfast. Well, not breakfast, coffee.
I thought you're not having breakfast.
Exactly, yeah. Just a black coffee.
Joel's joined me in the 16-8 diet / lifestyle / morning misery.
That's misery, yeah.
Are you hungry now? You had lettuce for lunch, didn't you?
Mango curry.
Oh, fruit and food, yeah, we talked about. We've had this debate
Yeah.
before.
So anyway.
We're not talking anything about marketing, are we?
Sorry,
really?
Chris Hemsworth, Hulk Hogan movie. So basically, I imagine if Todd Phillips directed, and he's obviously just directed the Joker, it's very much going to go the route of the wrestler Mickey Rourke type. Obviously, they've got an audience.
But Hulk Hogan is going to be the consultant
Like a
on it or
creative
something.
consultant.
And I don't think he's that deep, is he?
Well, he isn't going to want something to shine a bad light on him too much, is he? And look,
Because I remember, like, I grew up, and here we go, jokes about my age again, but the early WrestleManias, the A-Team, Hulk Hogan was a part of that, B.A. Baracus or Mr. T, whatever. He was huge.
Rocky 3.
He was, oh God, yeah, Rocky
Thunder
3.
Lips.
He was so, I mean, Hulk Hogan was massive. And obviously there's lots of different stories about how he is as a person, but...
And by massive, you mean culturally massive?
Oh, culturally
like a pop
massive.
icon.
Yeah, he's just a huge star, and that's before obviously social media and everything. Just he was. I wouldn't like to think what money he must have made.
I was talking about this on another podcast about characters that break out of their sports or their industry to become pop culture icons. So you got Michael Jordan, Hulk Hogan was a really good example. David Beckham probably a more recent example. Struggling to think of them now because everybody seems to break out because of the internet now, but Hulk Hogan, everyone knew who Hulk Hogan was, even if you didn't like wrestling. Much like everyone knew who Michael Jordan was, even if you couldn't watch basketball in this country then. So
Have you ever tried to rip a vest off like he does? It's really hard. I
So-
tried when I was a kid.
I read that they're
That's not strong enough.
they're pre-cut.
Oh, really?
On the hem.
Oh, that's disappointing. So he could like body slam under the jump, but could rip a
Well,
t-shirt.
yeah, but he's on steroids too, right?
No.
None of it's real, Andy.
What?
Well, actually,
You were telling me the Beatles are split up next.
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It is real. It's just it's scripted.
Taking those bumps are real.
Yeah, exactly. Don't say it's fake.
Or don't tell a wrestler that.
Yeah.
So we probably should get back to talk about marketing because
Yeah,
people think,
I mean,
why the hell are they talking about wrestling for?
Yeah, sorry. Well, they've got an audience and they knew how to target it. But
I mean, that is really. I mean, you look at The Rock now. obviously wrestling pedigree, wrestling family, but talk about a transition. I mean, didn't he earn the most? He was the highest paid Hollywood actor last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he's like ridiculously high on the Forbes business list as well.
What did somebody say he's running? He's going to run for president.
I hope so.
That would be awesome. Because my kids, I mean, all ages. Even my mum knows The Rock, but Holly should know the age of my daughter. She's 10, and Hobbs and Shaw, Central Intelligence, The Rock and Kevin Hart together, Jumanji. They just love it.
And you know the people that don't like wrestling because they call him Dwayne Johnson. It's that.
God, I remember when I found out, again, pre-social media, that his name was Dwayne. Wow, that's bad.
Not just Dwayne Johnson.
He's older than me.
The Rock. He's bigger than you.
It's about the same height, John. Have you seen Journey to the Mysterious Island 2?
Funnily enough, no.
Oh, right. Well, The Rock's in that, and there's a massive scene where he pops his pecs in it, and like one of the guys throws blueberries at his pecs and basically
He fires them back.
Fires them back. Oh, well, I've never seen my kids laugh so much.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm the target audience for that. See what I did there?
Oh, yes, target audience, that's important.
Yeah, so obviously The Rock, very good at that. So he's all about his tequila at the moment on social media, and his target audience is kind of like middle income.
I imagine it's not a cheap tequila.
Yeah, like middle income kind of people that think they're cool, probably say. But people following The Rock with a middle income. So
I mean, let's not skirt around the fact that money is important. If your product is of a certain value that not everyone can afford,
don't target the people that can't afford it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then,
although this is an interesting one.
Go on.
I was talking to someone about this the other day. I was like, Ferrari aren't trying to sell everyone a Ferrari. They're selling everybody the philosophy of Ferrari, and so they're segmenting their audience on that basis. There's loads of people with Ferrari caps that will never own a Ferrari, and I find that fascinating.
That's interesting.
So they build in the myth around the brand, or the legend around the brand, by making everybody love it, but not everybody can have it. That's really cool. There's a different kind of targeting, but still.
And the aspiration there as well.
Yeah, and equally, they're not going to be showing those adverts to people that are interested in cars. It won't work.
I remember years ago when, it must have been when Stella launched their reassuringly expensive campaign, how, some people got so offended. And all they're trying to say is like, listen, if you just want a cheap lager, there's plenty of alternatives. And guess what? Stella's still doing really well.
Foster's, those who think Australian, drink Australian.
Oh, yeah, but in Australia, they actually...
They drink Castlemaine.
And what's the other one? Twoies, is it?
Yeah.
And do you remember the Forex campaigns?
That's Castlemaine, isn't it? Forex.
Yeah, I don't give a Forex. And...
So the one that gets me?
Go on.
Sheila's Wheels. Why can't I have their insurance?
Is that still going?
Don't know.
Sexist ads.
Or not.
Well,
I just know their audience.
Yeah. I didn't.
This is car insurance for women. All right, sound. Not bothered.
Is that still going?
Don't know. You heard of Sheila's Wheels, Evie?
What's like women's only network groups? Great, do what you want. There will be women out there who only want to network with other women. Go for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're talking about your targeting, you're not talking about excluding people from your product or service. I mean, in Sheila's Wheels case, you are a little.
Well, I turned up in a dress and they didn't let me in.
But you're not, are you? It's not about excluding people who might buy it anyway. It's about going after the people who are most likely to buy it. And there's a distinct difference. All the people on the periphery may still buy it. So your analogy about the book, the spine of the story, and it spins off all over the place, you're not disqualifying people from buying it, unless obviously they can't. Sheila's Wheels being a prime example. But Ferrari sell Ferraris to people who are wealthy enough to own a Ferrari. But if someone wins the lottery, they can buy a Ferrari. It's just they haven't been being advertised to until that point. It's not.
That's the thing, and you do have to, I suppose, have a certain level of acceptance that you will miss some people off, some people that might have bought off you, but that will pale into insignificance compared to the people you are targeting, the people who can buy off you and are ready to buy off you. You just need to highlight to them how you can solve their pain. Because I guarantee if your ads, if your website copy, if your leaflets just bang on about what you do, and we've been established since 1712. We have 12 offices across the UK. Well, no one gives a shit. How could you help them? How could you help me the reader, the listener, the viewer, what are you going to do for me? Because that's all people want to think. We talked about loyalty already.
Yeah.
That's all they're thinking about when they pick up your leaflet. Yeah, it's got to catch their eye and land at the right time, I guess. Which is another reason why the worst number in marketing is 1. In a bad mood, chuck that leaflet in the bin. But then, a couple of weeks later, get the same leaflet. They're in a happier mood. Oh, what's this about? And then it's the copy that will convert them. As long as you list, again, how you're going to help them.
I just come off a call with a potential client before this podcast actually, and they were basically, "What's my return on this investment? What's my and they didn't mean necessarily financially, but they just want to know what they're going to get out of it. And if all of your advertising, all your copy, all your targeting is about you rather than what problem you're solving or what the return is for the person potentially buying it, you're missing a trick. You're way off."
I mean, one of the quickest copywriting tips I can give to people when we have like a initial discovery call with someone is to look at your marketing copy. So maybe look at your website and just see how many times you say the word you compared to how many times you say the word we. And maybe not most, but many businesses will find their website just says, we do this, we do that, and there's no mention of you, the potential customer. And it's, Mark Twain talked about it in, bloody hell, what was that, 200 odd years ago? Some of these copywriting, the best copywriting hacks or tricks or just knowledge is decades old. And sometimes it's good to be old school.
Get into the mindset of your potential customer.
Yeah, empathy. What's their pain? How do I solve it?
Yeah. What? Or I guess if you've invented something new, what are you bringing to their life that they didn't realise they needed?
It's like the iPad thing, isn't it? It's like it's a lot of people are like, well, why would I need this iPad? This aspirational thing. But once they've got it, oh my God, how did I live without this?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like,
they're struggling to pull that back now, aren't they? Now phones can do everything an iPad can do. I've
given my iPad to Holly. Yeah. I just use my phone for everything.
Great for me if I could draw on it. As a designer.
The iPad Pro.
It comes with a pencil, but you want to be able to apply pressure and go into real detail, don't you? And I think they're getting there, but yeah, it's lost its space in the market, particularly because computers went touchscreen, phones obviously bigger.
If anyone wants to see a good presentation, it's a presentation I watch at least once a month. It's when Steve Jobs unveiled the iPhone. So when was that, 2007? Still just amazing.
Once a month?
Just amazing.
Is it like hairs on the back of your neck type?
I wasn't there in Cupertino, but I was there in spirit.
Yeah,
just how game-changing it was to see, not even like my kids' age, older people, like young adults who've grown up with phones, to realise just how game-changing, how world-changing this piece of technology was. You say, we're going to use like the best stylus in the world, and people are like, what's he on about? And obviously, going to use your finger. He got 10 of them. Yeah, and obviously he was a master marketer and salesperson. Again, he's not maybe not an entirely nice bloke, but then so few very successful people are. They've all got another side, I think.
Definitely knew about targeting though.
Oh goodness me! What's the ad campaign? The Be Different one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And those they did that big iPod campaign with the white headphone lead.
1,000 songs in your pocket.
Yeah, amazing targeting.
That's
because I was at college when that happened, and the transition from CD Walkman to iPod, everyone had one. Everyone, and if you didn't have one, you were a loser. So they had to bring out iPod Shuffle for people like me.
And talk about a line that just summarises what we've just been talking about. Those what's in it for me, the benefits. 1,000 songs in your pocket. It's like,
bosh.
Yeah, don't worry about the whys and the hows. That's all you need to know.
That's a good one to finish on.
Nice.
Right, everyone. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you for another episode of Break It Down.
Right. Speak to you soon.